Hey, man, you got a lot of teeth.
Already?
Hey, that smile was like he was excited. And
man.
man got a lot of teeth, bro. It came through well. It was a good picture.
Hey, good
It was a good picture. Got a lot of teeth, bro. Yeah, I mean, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love for another episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on YouTube.
This feels right.
It feels right. We missed the Breeze crew.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Y'all should have seen us after we left here. We was gassed up because legitimately it was just like, bro, we missed the fam. Yeah, I mean, we didn't know what was going on. All of a sudden, we sitting there, was like, oh, that's what's missing. Yeah. That's what's missing right there. We got Stefan Nadon, man, formerly known as Ringo J, in the building. And of course, the super producer, Joel Holt, in the back, big GM hat, ready to go, trying to build a team that is probably going to fail. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love. We got a lot to get into on today's episode, man. Got to talk about the expectations around Caleb Williams. Should they be high, or should Bears fans temper those expectations? The tournament of bad Bears quarterbacks continues. We are at the Elite Eight, I believe, Joel.
Yeah,
Elite Eight right now. So we may have to have a rapid vote this weekend and update on Monday, and then run it back again throughout the week. We're gonna see how that ends up working out. But gotta update the quarterbacks there, because wow, it's bad. Like when you talk about setting expectations and then you go to that, wow. That's all I'm gonna say. And Peter Tom Willis is out. I'm pissed, by the way. And the Friday Free for all that more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Let's go, dog. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little upset that Peter Tom Willis didn't make it, dog. I think he's too old for people to remember.
Todd Collins was my horse in the race.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
But you know what? But Cade is.
Listen, he's still there. He's still got some dogs in this thing. You still got some blue bloods in this, shall we say? When we get down to the Final Four. Let's jump into today's episode, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love. Let's start it off here, because Caleb Williams has pretty much planted his flag, and the Bears have planted their flag on what the decision is going to be. He's literally meeting nobody else. He met with the Bears. He went to Maple and Ash, I'm assuming. It was a good restaurant. Maple and Ash, phenomenal spot, right, for a little dinner. You think maybe a better cut or maybe a better spot he could went to?
Well, maybe it's just being real, man. It's not necessarily always about being pretentious, you know. We're building a relationship, and it's not about all that. It's about, getting together. Does this fit as a quarterback, the GM, the coach? I like it because I feel like for the first time in probably in their entire history, everybody seems to be aligned. GM, the coach, the coordinator, and the quarterback.
Yeah.
So I like it that everybody's getting together. They have him meeting with other players of the team. I mean, it's time to win. It's a new day.
Yeah, I think for me, I think the thing that I'm most hype about is exactly what Joe said. Like there's clearly.
My bad.
Too good. Nah,
It's on me.
There's clearly that's on me, baby. Nah, that's
Dang it, Ringo. We finally gotten away from that song. Dang it.
But there's clearly a direction on this team now that they're trying to follow. They have the defense, but now this team finally looks like they're ready to take that offensive leap. To move forward, and everybody's being progressive. I go back to again the press conferences with all the coaches and then Kevin Warren. Kevin Warren again said, "Yo, I'm done being patient. You come in." Then after that, you got Shane Waldron coming in saying that he wants the offense to be explosive as possible. And I will say, just everybody going out to a team dinner to get acclimated shows that, hey, we're trying to get this off on the right foot early and get everybody on the right page so we can hit the ground running, because, hey, the Packers are going to be there. The Packers are coming, and this will be a winnable division.
Listen, this is all fine and dandy, but my expectations are high. And I don't believe that we should temper our expectations on Caleb Williams in his first year. I understand that there has to be some kind of there's going to be a learning curve, right? There's going to be he's got to catch up. There's going to be he's got to kind of figure out, okay, the speed of the NFL, how the game works for him, how things are going to work out for him, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But what we're expecting out of this young man, we should be expecting, because we're expecting what the rest of the NFL already has at a mediocre level. We're expecting to get into an era of football that is the modern era. We're expecting to have a quarterback. We're the only team in the NFL right now without a 4,000-yard passer.
Right.
Yep.
Here's your here's your guys who passed for over 3,600 yards last season. By the way, 10 of them over 4,000 yards. Geno Smith threw for 3,624. Lamar Jackson threw for 3,678. Jalen Hurts threw for 3,800. Derek Carr threw for 3,800. Sam Howell threw for 3,900 yards. Matthew Stafford, 3,900 yards. Trevor Lawrence, 4,000 yards. Baker Mayfield, 4,000 yards. C.J. Stroud, 4,100. Jordan Love, 4,100. Pat Mahomes, 4,100. Brock Purdy, 4,200. Josh Allen. Yeah, there's some names on there, and I can keep going. The most Tua is the top right now. Last year, threw for 4,600 yards. I'm not asking you to be the best quarterback in the NFL.
Tabernacle.
But after year one, there is no reason that we shouldn't be able to look around. And yes, I know you have to continue to build on it. You have to grow it. There has to be more that comes with it. But after year one, there should be zero reason why we don't look at Caleb Williams going into year two and say, we've got the best quarterback in Chicago Bears history right now. As a rookie. Take that for what you will.
No, it's
not a high bar.
It's sad.
It's not hard.
We've got the best quarterback in Chicago Bears history right now, and he's going to build on it. That's what you should be going into year two saying. Because on top of everything that I just said, all of those quarterbacks on that list, minus Brock Purdy, none of them started off. Well, maybe Pat Mahomes as well. None of them started off with as good of a situation as Caleb Williams is coming into right now.
Yeah, and I mean, just looking at some of these rookie QB numbers from PFF, the one that stands out to me particular, they got Baker Mayfield at 3 in his rookie season, 14 games, 13 starts. I'll go 64% pass completion, 3,725 yards, 27 touchdowns, 14 picks.
Right.
If he does that and they make the playoffs with this roster, it's just like you said, like it's a wrap. He's the best QB in Bears history, and he's capable of doing that with the weapons that Paul just put around him.
And I think what's tough is we temper our own expectations because we don't want to get hurt. Right, there's a lot of people coming into this who were Justin Fields fans, and so their expectations are tempered because they don't want to get hurt again because they were all in on Justin. There's a bunch of people who are probably on the other side of this thing who are all in on Mitch Trubisky and didn't want the Bears to move on and go get Justin Fields, and they don't want to get hurt again because they had their expectations high. I'm not worried about getting hurt.
Right.
I'm worried about you putting a product on the field that finally looks like the modern era. And that would be the best quarterback in Chicago Bears history, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Cutler, nice numbers, solid career here. You want to go McMahon, maybe. Maybe McMahon wins the Super Bowl, so by default, we throw him in there as the best quarterback. But come on, Joe, you watched that. Who's the catalyst on that Super Bowl? It was not Jim McMahon as the catalyst on that offense.
No, actually, Jim McMahon was.
He ran the offense
He was counter Mike Ditka. He was smart enough to make right plays when he was healthy and not hurt. They also had the number one running game. They also had the number one defense. And I think that this team is built that we're going to have the top defense. Now, if they can improve the pass rush this year, along with, what will be interesting is if let's just say like last year, right? If Caleb does anything like based off of some of these the rookies like Just referencing, this PFF article, for example, like you said, Baker Mayfield, but Cam Newton threw for 4,000 yards. Justin Herbert threw for like over 4,000 yards. The biggest issue I see is that I want Caleb to be good enough to not shoot us in the foot, because if he's doing a little too much hero ball, like, are we coaching him to do the right thing? Because we just need, like, one, I don't want more interceptions than touchdowns. Like, I don't want like 15 interceptions with 13 touchdown type of situation, but like looking at, if you reference, like, Herbert threw for 4,300 yards with 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. That is a Pro Bowl year. That is amazing.
That's a great season.
That
right
is a
now.
great season.
Phenomenal.
Cam Newton
season.
threw 4,000 yards. So if that, to me, I would expect to see. I mean, Cam Newton threw 21 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, but with 14 rushing touchdowns. So with 60% passing.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing
never passed that well again in the NFL.
Well, the team started to get to a point where it kind of it got worse.
It was getting dismantled.
Well, let me rephrase that.
No, went to the Super Bowl
went to
after
Super Bowl
that.
in 2015. They went to Super Bowl in 2015.
But it was on the back of Cam Newton.
Yeah.
They just were like, we're not going to give you a number one wide receiver.
Right. They didn't give him.
Hey, what I get is the number one, Ted Ginn.
Yeah. I just think that based off of our expectations, I think he should be definitely a 3,500 to 4,000 yard passer, to the point that he can win a few games. I would think that he should win a couple. It's not that we would want him to win every game, like in the sense of like Mahomes.
Yeah.
He's expected to probably win most games.
Yeah.
The defense will win games too, but primarily we want Mahomes. They're like asking Josh Allen to be Superman. We're not asking Caleb necessarily to be Superman, but just don't mess it up, but also be capable enough that we might need you to win 2 to 3, maybe 5 games or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think when I look at it, though, I mean, if we're talking about it right now, like, do you think, because I think Pold has done enough to put the weapons around him so that way he doesn't have to do too much. Like, I think 27-14 is capable, even if you give me 23-14. With 3,500.
I'll tell you this right now. You give me 4,000, and I'm not even saying threes. I say the same thing this year that I said about Justin Fields last year. People are tripping into 4,000 yard seasons. Why didn't Matthew Stafford? Why didn't Matthew Stafford? Why didn't? No, yes, you do. You need 4,000 yards because you're a passer. Off rip.
Well, the league is.
Why did Matthew Stafford not get 4,000 yards last year?
Wasn't he hurt? I don't know.
He got hurt a few games.
Yep, he got hurt.
Right.
And
CJ Stroud got 4,000 yards, right? CJ Stroud crossed 4,100 yards, and he missed what, 3 games?
Yeah, you haven't.
Because he was concussed.
Because he was concussed. Well, guys are tripping over 4,000 yard seasons at this point, right. And the guys who don't get the 4,000, the only one on this list that didn't get the 4,000 yards that I'm like, okay, it kind of makes sense why he didn't get there is Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
because I know Lamar's not passing nearly as much. He's going to use his legs as well,
and they don't have that many weapons like that.
Well, they had more weapons this year.
And when his tight end got hurt,
and things changed, right?
Yeah.
But like, dog, when Sam Howell's getting it, and Sam Howell, I mean, he's throwing it 60 times, right? So that's a little bit different. But I do expect this ball to be in the air. I do expect these guys to be sitting there trying to air the football out. I know everybody keeps saying the same Bears things. This ain't the same Bears. Everybody keeps saying, we're going to be a strong defense. We're going to run the ball really well. We're still going to be a run first team, very run heavy. I don't believe that. No. I think you're going to see a new Chicago Bears team. You don't go get Caleb Williams. And this is what the Bears have done with every guy. No, you bring a rookie in and you say, well, we got to hold his hand until he gets there. Some of these guys, you let them fail, and then you start holding their hands.
It's okay, Caleb. You'll go when you're ready.
It's not that.
You know what I mean?
Right. I think it's more about understanding that this team is probably going to mirror like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers squad, like with Brady, in the sense of a very strong defense with capable quarterback play. That's what we should see somewhere in that realm. I'm not saying it's a Super Bowl team, but I'm saying the idea is that they got a good offensive line. They had a couple of receivers with a tight end, and a very strong defense, and that so we should have a team that should dominate, and it should be, like you're saying, a modern NFL squad, getting out of the old way of thinking that it has to be, let's just play not to lose. No, we're going to play to win.
Yeah.
Every time you play not to lose, you end up losing. When you play scared, always playing behind. Now you got a guy that's a possible playmaker that's not afraid to throw the ball, because we don't know if some of that's also just was coaching too. Just don't mess it up. And I think that's the mentality, right?
Yeah.
We got this quarterback out. You're gonna have to let this guy fly to a degree. Just don't kill us at the wrong moments. But
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's gonna be like you said. It's gonna be Brady in Tampa.
I was gonna say that's a great
5,300 yards,
comparison.
43 touchdowns, 12 interceptions.
Brady, yeah. Well, Brady was a veteran. I mean,
that was not Brady getting dragged along in Tampa. That last year maybe a little bit, but
no. I'm saying, but my point is that they had a strong. We're building a similar defense, and it's a similar kind of deal where we're going to have a strong offense. We're going to have a really good balanced team.
Yeah,
it's not just one-sided for the offense, or just always placated to the defense. Because it's also not fair to always rely on your defense. You know, where that was the problem with the other 06 squad, because the defense was so good, but our offense was so trash, putting them back on the field, exposing them to more injury, and then we ended up losing 2 key starters on that defense. We weren't able to sustain any greatness with that.
Yeah.
And I think that's just something that he's gonna have to learn over time. Especially with a great defense. You know what I always say, you get about 3-4 years with a phenomenal defense, and that's what they're trending towards. Once he figures out the part, like I can't leave my defense out there for that long, because I feel like he's gonna pick it up quick. They'll be okay. But I mean, I'm looking at it. I think for me, 30 like I said, 3,700 yards, 23 touchdowns, 14 picks is I think that'll be a pretty good season for him, especially if that means that the Bears are getting into the playoffs.
I think that's something like that is my minimums for this year.
Yeah, it
because you got 2 yak monsters on your team. I'm not saying that Caleb has to air out.
Plus, he's gonna get rushing touchdowns as well, too.
Right. I'm not saying Caleb has to air out 4,000 yards all in the air. Yeah. Right, but I got DJ Moore on my team. I've got Keenan Allen on my team. Those are 2 yak monsters. Those are guys that get the ball, and then you look and it's like, how do you get an extra 16 yards out of that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And so that's why, to me, the expectations need to continue to grow, and our expectations should be mid quarterbacks in the NFL.
Well,
Baker Mayfield being on that list should be all you need to know about being a 4,000 yard passer. Not that Baker played bad last year, but if I'm not mistaken, this ain't the first time Baker's gotten a 4,000 yard season.
Actually, and the thing is, it's the mentality of changing. Like, this is probably, if this all works, he is the guy.
He's the greatest quarterback in Chicago Bears history.
We know that. But my point is,
if this works in year 1,
but what I'm saying is,
halfway through the season, we'll say, yes, he's the greatest quarterback in Chicago Bears history.
But historically, we're talking about if Peyton Manning came in and changed the Colts, he changed the culture. Andrew Luck, before he retired, he was the bearer of the franchise. He was the head of the franchise.
Hold on, Joe. We haven't said this on the podcast in a little bit here. Over 100 in the chat.
100.
Yeah, we didn't shout out Breeze Nation, man. I mean, who was our first? The first one in here was Kevin Marshall. Shout out to Kevin Marshall. We had SWAT, Mike Nyson here, Dexter Ramirez. We got Nova 312. What's
Lord
happening,
Crimson
man?
in this mug, man.
We got Baki in the building.
Baki in the chat. Sean Bell,
Jordan and Calvin in the building.
How Calvin looked Dominican in his profile picture? That's crazy.
George Feather 82, V Dog in the building. Thanks for welcoming us back. Who else? Alejandro Aguinaga. He was talking about Hayes. By the way, Hayes is a friend of the show, so we love Hayes.
Who's hating on Hayes? Hold on.
He was just saying that Hayes had an opinion or something like that.
Please leave him alone.
SWAT meets the meet. Was it meet? Where did I see that? Meets the Catalyst. C-Dub. Shout out to everybody in there. Num AZ. LA Cheatham was happening. Dan Tanner, of course. And Hendricks was happening. So yeah, just get through this. Sean Bell. What's up, Sean? So yeah, but my point was that we are probably changing the entire culture. That it's defense first. This is going to be the quarterback. This is the guy that is going to be leading the franchise. Yes, we love our defense. We always going to have a good defense. But now it is the quarterback's turn. It is shifted to, it's about the offense.
What'd you say?
It's shifted.
Spell that? Huh? Spell that?
Shift?
Yeah.
SI fifth. Shift. No,
That's why we don't let him GM anymore.
no. But my point is that
You're messing it up.
The hat is to just make him happy.
Jordan stopped crying because Jokers was mad that I was stacking up money and put 8 houses on Boardwalk and
God.
Park Place. Don't hate.
Last night was a whack Monopoly. I'm not gonna lie.
It was not whack.
No, it was whack because like I feel like none of us had the energy. Like everybody was like trying to argue
You didn't have the energy.
to keep it. No, like I feel like everybody was just kind of like, Joel, come on, man. I don't.
Well, I had a headache.
All
but
right.
either
Yeah, you
way,
had a headache. Yeah, I mean,
my head was
I was half asleep. C-Dub went out and got like 9 things of fries, some McDonald's. Because I want to eat healthy out here. You know what I mean? You got Potbellies, McDonald's, and Five Guys all in one.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
but,
we didn't see him for like 20 minutes after we got to the house. We all finishing our
That joint made
sandwiches.
3 trips for
Right.
his dinner. Oh, snap.
Oh,
snap.
snap.
No, but I think that, and I think here's the thing. It's not to say that Caleb Williams not to say that he can't underwhelm and we still feel like we have a guy, right? Where maybe he starts off slow, picks it up late, and then you get under the 4,000 yards, stuff like that. And you can feel like, all right, cool. We got the guy. We figured some things out here. But my expectations on him are the highest. And I said this before, not because of him, because of what's around him.
Yeah.
You know how, I'll tell you this right. This team, Sam Howell could thrive.
Well,
This team, Geno Smith could thrive.
to a degree.
Nah, listen, you got to make the right decisions and go out there and win games. But like, this is a team that speaks success with almost any quarterback you put on the list.
Yeah, it's
I mean, like, I maybe Desmond Ridder struggles with it.
I mean, talent is talent, but what I'm getting at is that we're talking about going into an era where he is the franchise. He is the face of the franchise.
Yeah.
When you look at Joe Burrow, it's Joe Burrow. in
Joe Burrow
Cincinnati.
altered that franchise.
We're talking about an altering.
Yeah.
Like, so our expectations are that he should thrive.
The
And
Bengals went from
especially with
being a
everything.
first round exit every year to like,
a Super Bowl
are these
contender.
guys going to the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
yeah,
Super
but
Bowl.
and then it's not even that. Like we legit.
And maybe they'll protect him this year. They went out and got
Yeah.
Trent Brown. You got some dogs out
Yeah,
there now.
that's
You got
what,
Orlando
Ju-
Brown.
but
on the
Justin
other side.
Herbert,
and I think
Well, I'm saying like Matt Ryan, all these guys. Dak Prescott is the face of the franchise. Mac Jones, well, he's gone. Baker was until he was gone. But what I'm getting at is that it's shifting the culture and the mindset that he is. It stops with him. We didn't win a Super Bowl with that great defense because our quarterback play was terrible back in whatever.
All he had to do was run.
Just
It
run
was
that
like
boy back in there.
35 yards in front of him.
Run that boy right back in.
Yeah.
So I think the
So
point
much
is
space
that,
for Rex.
and then because we're going into a modern NFL where we got an extra game. They've made it so easier. It's easier now for quarterbacks to thrive in this type of environment. Well, they've given them the opportunity to thrive. It's more penalties, in terms of like coming after the quarterback. You can't hit them in certain places. Receivers can't. I mean, they're making it easy, especially with that last change they made with the hip tackle. Like after a while, I mean, it's just going to be just below touch football. You have no excuse not to thrive.
I think that's going to cause so many more injuries because it's going to say, okay, I can't drop my body
I'm a hog tie
to tackle you.
It's the
I know
hog
it's
tie.
just you're gonna see dudes like getting wrapped up from behind, like at the shoulders,
Yeah.
and then getting dropped on. Like I think that's where, or you're gonna see a bunch of dudes going for the legs
Yeah.
because it's the only spot left, shoulder area.
Well, you can't go below the knee
'Cause then it's like-
and at the knee. It's a certain that's the chemo.
but the
van
hip
Hoffen
drop
thing.
only comes in if I'm behind you. So now if I'm behind you, I'm just grabbing you by your legs. I can't dive at your knees if I'm facing you.
Yeah.
If I'm chasing you, I can grab you by your feet.
Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, like, I think the rules.
That's what I was.
That's
thinking
what
about
makes
you.
it worse, guys. And I think that's the problem with this, right? Like Bears fans are gonna look at this and be like, "You're being too hard on the kids. Your expectations are too high. This is because you like Justin Fields, and so you want to see Caleb Williams fail. Caleb Williams is my quarterback. I don't want to see him fail. My expectations are high because they're high for Bears standards. No other team in the NFL has these standards. No other team in the NFL talks about 4,000 yards. What an impressive quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else,
It's
just
crazy.
us. We're the only ones.
I mean, it's crazy.
There's no. You ever heard the Giants talk about a 4,000-yard passer?
I mean,
and this my thing too. It's like at the end of the day, I feel like I said before, Bears fans if you're a Bears fan, you need to start rallying around this dude, because like at the end of the day, like
no choice.
If he's not successful and you keep slandering this man, like, bro, you the problem.
Well, no, he'd be the problem at that point.
I mean,
if he's not successful, there's room to slander him, my man.
Yeah, no, I think to your point, it's more about we're ushering into being a contender of a team if we actually have a quarterback. If we have a quarterback that is now in the class of what quarterbacks are.
Yeah.
We've been, for so many years, we've had quarterbacks that are always rated in the lower end of the rankings, versus now, are we in that, will we be in that top tier? Because we got a guy that should be able to compete with the likes of, is this going to be the Mahomes and Josh Allen? And, you know, do we have an MVP caliber type of quarterback every year? Because we have not had a chance to have that.
Yeah. I mean, and I love Tim's comment here. He said, hold on, where'd it go? Oh, Tim Evans said,
he said 235. Yeah.
4,000 yards is just over 235 yards per game. He'll be better than that. I hope so. Give me 300 yards a game. Give me a legitimate 300-yard passer for 17 games. That's 5,000 yards. That's ridiculous.
That's Patrick Mahomes.
That's ridiculous.
Well, yeah,
right, but like
it's easier to get to the big numbers.
But
now.
this is a offense where I think you're going to talk about Caleb Williams having numbers that are good because it's just like set hut underneath past the DJ Moore that he took 80 yards.
Right.
Set hut. Keenan Allen's running wide open down the sidelines. People are playing up because they're worried about freaking Cole Kmet and Gerald Everett underneath. You know what I mean? Like, those are the things that I think open up the game to where my expectations should be through the roof for Caleb Williams.
So you're saying 4,000 should be
his rookie year, coming out of his rookie year.
A no-brainer.
We should be talking about Caleb Williams as the greatest Chicago Bears quarterback of all time.
Well, all he has to do is get 800 yards.
And that's what I'm saying. So that point exactly right there is what I'm saying. All he has to do is be a above average quarterback for the number 1 overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
And legitimately, he's the best quarterback in Chicago Bears history.
I like Baki had a comment about him worried that they would treat Caleb like they did Justin with the flags. I have a feeling that this guy's going to be the darling.
He's going to stay in the pocket more.
He's not running all the time.
Yeah.
He wants to make and extend plays, but I think if he does, he will probably get those flags, those extra 15-yard penalty type of deals. Yeah. So this is one of the situations where, and it's great for football when some of the major markets, are actually like winning, because there's more people that travel. There's more people that are more invested compared to some of the smaller markets. So it's good when the big markets have real contenders, because it brings more attention.
Shout out Numbaz. He said you can get 4,000 yards and still not win 10 games. Minimum expectation for me is organizational, bigger than Caleb. 10 wins or rebuild. You're not going to do it. You got too much invested in this team.
There's no way that
you're not blowing this up. Now you might change the coaching staff out, but I'll say this, even with that, right? Like I think those two are tied together. The quarterback's success is the franchise's success. We said it there. Now, are there ways that you can win with the quarterback having average success where he's a mid-level quarterback? Yeah, we see that all the time in the NFL, right? That's kind of what Geno Smith.
With Jimmy G.
That's kind of what Geno Smith is. Yeah, I memean, that's what Jimmy G is. They're mid-level guys that had a ton of success in the NFL.
Yeah.
But I think you said it best, Joel, right? When you talked about Joe Burrow was a franchise-altering player. It changed how people view the Bengals. Peyton Manning, franchise-altering player. It changed how people view the Colts.
Tom Brady. Like, nobody.
Well, the Patriots went to a Super Bowl before that. Like the Patriots were a good team.
Yeah, but
before Brady,
it shifted from where it was
the Patriots were a good team with Bledsoe. Realistically, they were AFC title game, right? With Bledsoe,
they got to the Super Bowl when he got. Before him,
before Brady,
he lost in the Super Bowl.
He lost in the Super Bowl.
He lost in the Super Bowl.
So that's different
in '96.
I mean,
but my point is that it went from Drew Bledsoe being the face of that franchise, and eventually it shifted to where it's about Tom Brady. Now, mind you, at one point in time, the defense was more of the bell cow of that team until it got to the point where Tom came to his own. And so instead of Chicago's always known as the monsters of the Midway. It's always about defense, defense, defense. And now it's going to be like, this Caleb Williams town. You know, it's not about like even when Patrick Mahomes took over, and they did have a great defense out there, but once it became Patrick Mahomes, it was Patrick Mahomes. You know,
I think too. Even with that, even going back to that Joe Burrow point, because I mean, we always talk about like franchise altering. Legitimately, we always say like, hey, if this dude is healthy, this is the only person that could probably rival Patrick Mahomes if he was upright.
Yeah,
like he's the only person that could give Patrick Mahomes a smoke. Like I mean, it's crazy. So I mean, and then even going back to Baki's point, about them doing the Justin thing, right? The 2 seasons he was at USC, 32-4 outside of the pocket. So he's able to do some of those things that we see the Lamars, the Joe Burrows, all those guys do.
Yeah.
He's gonna be able to be a problem. My thing is, how fast does he pick it up? That's
and I think that's what I'm saying. I think that's accelerated by the situation he's coming into.
Even Lamar,
Like,
it reminds me of how it was all about Ray Lewis. It was all about Ray Lewis and that defense and T Sizzle, all those guys. I mean, Joe Flacco was like,
but see,
he's cool. But once it shifted to now, it's all about Lamar. I mean, the defense. Who can you really count outside of Roshan going over there? I mean, Roquan. Who are you really naming that's on the defense? And they have a good team.
Whoa.
Now they got Justin Madubuike, right?
Roquan Smith, Kyle Hamilton.
I just said Roquan.
Kyle Hamilton.
What I'm saying is they're a good defense, but it's about Lamar.
I mean, they're a top 5 defense.
Yeah, exactly. But who is the household name?
Actually,
Lamar Jackson is a household name,
but
but see, for me, I don't think that's to me when I say franchise altering, the Ravens are a winning organization.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
I mean, like the Bears are not a winning organization.
Yeah.
The Bears are a one organization. They won. One.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of dust on it.
You know what I mean?
Wins.
You want to know how bad it is? And this is again why my expectations on Caleb are so high. Since I've been alive, the Chicago Bears have never had a quarterback get his second contract.
So how many years is that in Bears years?
Yeah, well, Jay Cutler was here for 10 years.
That the Bears drafted.
Oh, that's different.
The Chicago Bears have never had a quarterback get a second contract since I've been alive. Since Joel has been alive, they've had one.
Yo, that's crazy. They never got a contract since we. Yo, that's wild.
79.
Oh, yeah, so you missed Avellini. No, I'm joking. Since Joel was born, they've had one. Jim McMahon got a second contract. That tells you how bad it's been. And to me, why I sit here and talk about Caleb in a manner of, guess what? Yes, day one, you should be the best I've ever seen. It may have to develop. It may have to grow. But yeah, day one, you should be on that level.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that when I talk about franchise altering, I'm talking about you going from a struggling organization that had some nice pop-up years to a perennial playoff team that people talk about as, hey, guess what? Because of this young man, they can get to the Super Bowl. You know what they say in Kansas City? Kansas City had arguably the best defense in the NFL outside of maybe San Fran. They say because of Pat Mahomes, you can get to the Super Bowl. Because that offense had a absolute down year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, so I my expectations are high because we haven't had that. I think this is franchise altering because we haven't had the guy where we said, what have we always said about our quarterbacks? If he doesn't screw it up, they can win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, it goes back to what we've been saying since the season ended and all this draft talk started. Even back when the Bears had Justin, hey, whoever was going to be here, they had to hit the ground running, because if you didn't, some guys is out. But if you did, hey, you the talk of the town. So
yeah, we'll see what it ends up being, man. Let me know in the comments below. Let us all know in the comments below. Should Bears fans temper our expectations? Am I wilding for saying that I believe that Caleb Williams, after year one, we should know if he's the best quarterback in Chicago Bears history? Is that a wild comment? We're going to keep this thing moving along. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Before we get into the next topic, where we got to tell you guys all about the Bears' bad quarterbacks. Let's keep it going, ladies and gentlemen, because the tournament of bad is on the way. But first, we got to let you guys know all about Underdog Fantasy. If you want to get in on the easiest way to get in on some action, it's Underdog Fantasy and their Pick'em game. It's the best and easiest place to play fantasy sports for season or no waivers, trades, or lineup setting. Underdog Fantasy lets you draft your fantasy team in just minutes. You sign up now with the promo code TWCB, and you'll double your first deposit up to $100 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit of $10 or more. Deposit $100, and you can get $100 free. And with their slick mobile app, user-friendly website, you'll have no problem jumping in and drafting your team. Here's the thing. The Pick'em games are the way to go. You can get up to 100 times your money in one night. Pick higher or lower on your favorite player stats to win big. Pick between 2 and 5 players. You can also pick from rivals, which puts 2 players against each other. And you can turn on that Pick'em insurance, which gives you just a little bit of wiggle room if you're not as confident in an entry. Again, sign up now with the code TWCB, and you'll double your first deposit up to $100 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit of $10 or more. Deposit $100 and get $100 free. Big money, big money, big money.
Big money.
Big shot. Peanut butter inside. Let's keep this thing going along, man. The tournament of bad Bears quarterbacks is still underway, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, is it bad? I mean, we've got the Elite Eight set, ladies and gentlemen, and this one, I'm not gonna lie, there's some surprises in this. Jason Campbell is a Sweet 16 story right now.
What?
He is a underdog story right now, dog. Somebody I did not expect to end up making it this far. Now, I will say this. I think some people are dealing with, I haven't seen some of these guys.
Yeah.
Because some of the names that end up getting voted off of here, I don't know if we should have saw this, but I mean, listen, we started off here. Craig Krenzel dominating Shane Matthews, 77-23. Are we in on that? Krenzel worse than Matthews? We agree with that?
I think Shane Matthews. No, Shane Matthews.
I feel like Shane Matthews
Krenzel
was worse.
No, I think Shane was worse. Yeah.
I feel like Shane
was
Matthews was worse. Breeze Nation has Craig Krenzel taking him down here. Todd Collins edging out Cade McNown. This one feels right. Cade McNown, see, I don't know, though. Cade McNown didn't cross the 50.
That's bad, dog.
That
might be the worst.
You know what, though?
It should have been between him and Rick Meyer, and I should have had Rick Meyer on the other side because them two were pretty bad.
Dog, that one there, I'm not going to lie. Like, seeing – that's a tough one for me. I probably would have gone McNown over Collins in that situation. Jason Campbell edging out Dave Craig. That one feels wrong to me.
I don't know. I remember Jason Campbell. I'm not.
Jason Campbell was dog water.
I'm fooling with that. I will say the fact that Mike Glennon is up here makes my heart glad. Like
my heart glad is crazy.
Mike Glennon was trash, bro.
Mike Glennon was all time bad.
Mike Glennon
bro.
was trash.
Yeah, Mike Glennon was ridiculously bad. I'm again, like I said, very surprised Cade did not end up sticking around on this list. Jason Campbell edging out, like I said, hold on. Jason Campbell edging out Dave Craig here, and then Bobby Douglas dominating Jim Miller. That one feels right.
Yeah,
I felt like Jim Miller should have been
a first round exit.
I thought Jim Miller was a first round exit. I feel like there was some hate on Jim Miller, and he made it a little further than he should have ended up making it. Then we got Chris Chandler dominating Steve Walsh here, 61%, 39%. No surprise there. Steve Stenstrom over Brian Hoyer. I'm not surprised there. I feel like Hoyer was he wasn't great, but he was spunky. You know what I mean? Here's my surprise upset, dog. Mike Glennon beating out Peter Tom Willis. Mike Glennon was woefully bad. This was a battle of beasts here, guys.
Yeah, no.
And I feel like Peter Tom Willis just did not show up in this situation, bro.
Now, is it because you don't like the we all know you're now on a 3 name. I'm not fooling with the basis. So is it just like, is that playing a part?
No, Peter Tom Willis was horrible.
Or does
like he actually was one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life.
I mean,
Jay Money said, "No, please trust me. Craig Krenzel was absolutely worse than Shane Matthews."
No, please, bro, please trust
please
me.
believe me.
Crazy.
And
you
then
got to believe me.
And then finishing it off, Jonathan Quinn beating out Jimmy Clausen.
You only won a game, bro.
Jimmy Clausen won 1 game in his whole career. I'm impressed he's off.
Yeah, bro.
I'm impressed he's not on this list.
The problem is it's so bad, like, you know.
Oh, they said, can you show the board?
Yeah, let me do that. Let me switch it over.
Cause yeah, I don't know. Jimmy Clausen and Mike Glennon going head to head just feels right.
Jimmy Clausen and Mike Glennon going head to head feels right. Yeah, but Clausen's out.
No, I mean, no. I'm just saying that they should have.
Oh, they should have kept Clausen in there.
They should have kept him in there because that. Yeah,
dog. Yeah, I mean, like, listen, we're now into our Elite 8, and I think that
some of these don't feel right.
Some of these don't feel right, bro. I'm a little surprised at some of these names coming off of the board here, but now with our Elite 8 set here, and we're gonna get that on the screen for y'all here in a second. I mean, listen, you got Chris Chandler going up against Steve Stenstrom.
Foul. Here we go.
I love that everybody says foul now.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
You got Steve Stenstrom going up against Chris Chandler. What's your thoughts on that, my guy? What's your thoughts on that one, Joe? Who you rocking with in that one?
I'm gonna go Steve Stenstrom. He was pretty bad.
Steve Stenstrom was dog.
Yeah, Steve Stenstrom bad.
I mean, like, you're talking about a guy who just couldn't get out of his own way.
I would look. My final 4 would be Stenstrom, Glennon, Bobby Douglas, and K. McNown. Yeah. That's my top 4.
I think you got that backwards, my guy. Didn't Collins beat McNown? Think you got that backwards there, my guy?
No,
K. McNown won.
Hold on, let me see. Let me see.
There's no way. Well, I mean, I would be mad. Todd Collins was pretty bad too. Bad.
Todd Collins outdid McNown 57-43.
Oh,
so
I
Todd
read that wrong. Okay.
Huh? Yeah, I think you read that one wrong. So Todd Collins actually, and
right,
not Cade McNown on that one. Joe leffing up again. So it's actually Craig Krenzel versus Todd Collins. That's an ugly matchup. That's an ugly matchup, bro.
Yeah,
that is gross. And then finishing it off there, you got Bobby Douglas going up against Jason Campbell. My final 4 right now, I'd go Stenstrom, I'd go Glennon, I'd go Douglas, I'd go Collins. And I think your finals may be Collins and Glennon.
It gotta be Collins.
I think Glennon might win this one, bro.
Just because
Glennon's against Collins,
bro. Just because I just remember when they got him, I specifically told Pat he's gonna play 4 games. They're going to bench him and put him in.
Yeah.
So for me, he just gotta win. Like that's my.
You want to talk about franchise altering players? He was so bad that they had to put in a kid. He was so bad that they were like, "Please, let's just end this."
But then I saw it because I'm like, bro, I will never forget the game. Like they were playing Atlanta, and I'm like, bro, he's about to throw the pick right now. He's about to throw it straight to him. Throw it straight to him. And then I called Pat. I said, "What did I just say?"
Bro, Mike Glennon is one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life. So I'm not sitting here telling you he shouldn't be on the list. I think he should be on the list. I am surprised that he made it past Peter Tom Willis, though. And yes, the 3 names does play into it, but still gross.
See,
that was gross, bro. That was gross. King 9221 said, "What was the QB name that we got from Kansas City back in the day that came with the OC from Kansas City?" That was Chase Daniels. Chase Daniels, what?
I thought Todd Collins came too.
Was he from KC? Todd Collins was KC?
It's either Jonathan Quinn or Collins. One of them. What
year?
I thought
it was. I thought it was them.
We could have done this multiple times.
Yeah, it was a lot of bad.
As you can see, We eliminated a lot of
I think
quarterbacks on this
Jonathan-
list too. There's a lot of guys who didn't get added to this list.
We'll do this next year. We'll do this next year.
We got to come up with a different one. Next year. He said it was him, Chase Daniels. Yeah, that checks out.
Y'all
He
gotta,
came- he
y'all
came
gotta
with
add
Nagy.
the,
He came with Nagy.
Okay.
Y'all gotta add some of the
I think I wanna say-
play-in QBs.
Quinn or something, because I know
The-
John Tate, I
the
think,
16.
came from Kansas City as the left tackle. Yeah, I want to say Jonathan Quinn came from Kansas City a while back.
Could have been that too. Like I said, we could have done this away.
I don't know how
Jay
Henry-
Money, how did Henry Burris escape Elite Eight? That man was garbage.
Yeah, he
I
was
was a little
bad.
surprised by that.
Yeah, he was bad.
I was a little bit surprised by that myself. Hey, man, we just want to keep you guys updated. Make sure that you guys are voting. We may end up, actually, I think we will end up updating this coming Monday because we want to get to the final four or the finals here before the March Madness tournament is over. So, I mean, listen, it's a little. We're getting down to the nitty gritty of bad dog. Like at this point, you literally just go and say, wow, if Caleb Williams does anything, he will be the best quarterback in Chicago Bears history. At least that's what I say. Let's keep this thing moving along. Now, let's get to the Friday free for all.
Wait.
Oh, what you got?
Before we do that, I am.
Cade McDowell is off the list.
So real quick, based off of I just wanted to update our roster as us as the GM of what we did yesterday.
Oh, you added the picks we made
So
to the board.
yeah. So
You got Jackson Powers Johnson coming in as good already.
he's good.
He's good.
I couldn't do Tavondre Sweat as good yet because I don't know, like he's a rookie. And I think
Jackson Powers Johnson.
no, the way they're rating Jackson Powers Johnson, he's probably starting. You're talking about the first
He's
round.
probably a day one starter.
he's a
Jackson
day one
Powers
starter.
Johnson is a year 3 guy right now.
Yeah, no. And I put Tavondre Sweat, but the idea was, I didn't change the color of Roma Dunze. I forgot to do that, but I just added him. But the idea was to put, you said DJ Moore at the slot.
Yeah.
And then you want Rome and Keenan as our bookends. As our
Well, I
X and
think with
our Y.
Rome, you probably could play at the slot too. Because, well, I guess
No, you said we were
Yeah.
saying DJ.
Well, I
could
was
play
talking about
slot.
MHJ.
No, you put Rome as a X or the Y.
Yeah, you
put DJ
can.
Moore as your slot.
Ooh, that's gross.
Yeah,
We about to kill Muggs.
I meant to change that color though. I got to put Rome back at like good. I got to put him at blue.
You got Caleb Williams there. You got Jackson Powers Johnson,
I'm working on it.
DeAndre
Jordan.
Swift, Gerald Everett. Bro, that's a defense right there, boys. That's a defense right there.
I just feel like we didn't.
And then the other dude we drafted was what? He was a backup guard, right?
No, we drafted a defensive end. Muhammad Kamara.
Oh yeah. You got Yannick still on here, so we
No, I
re-signed
added.
Yannick.
I figured we re-signed Yannick.
Yeah.
Because, go from there. There we go.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, dog.
Yeah. I would have liked to see a little more blue on the defensive line because we don't know. I mean, Javon should be a good player versus being average. And let's just say if we took Tavondre Sweat, he's good. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, your blue was Bill. Big Billings is good.
I had him at.
So
Actually,
if
no, I
Tavondre
didn't.
wins out,
I had him at.
you would assume that he's good.
Mhm. Yeah. So, just for the exercise.
That was based off of our mock draft from yesterday. We did the ultimate mock, the biggest mock you were going to get. We mocked you guys
Nice
up.
mock.
Nice mock. We need to get that recorded with freaking. We need somebody that can do like the Wii voice, the voice where you get a strike on like Wii bowling or something like that. Or what was it? Was it golf? Like you play golf and be like, nice shot,
Yeah.
nice mock. Oh man, make sure y'all tune in and rock with us, man. Hey, we got the Friday free for all coming up. Friday is here, and we can talk about whatever we want to talk about on the Friday free for all. First off, we want to talk about this. We're glad to be back on YouTube, man. We missed you guys. We missed rocking with you guys. And I think here's the thing. We're excited to be back. We're excited to get this thing back growing, get this thing back moving in the right direction. Let people know that we are back here on the YouTube side. Tune in with us. And we're going to keep this thing cracking like it always has been, man. We're going to act like we never missed a beat. And that's going to be the biggest thing for us, man. Just keeping this thing moving in the right direction. Before the Friday free for you all right over there, Joe? We having a little struggle.
I thought I had my maybe when I redid something, I had the one file, but it's all good.
All right.
What? Keep going.
I don't know. I
didn't say anything.
You were leaning. It was black. I don't know. I didn't know what was going on. Hey, pause. That's crazy. Jesus. You were leaning. It was black. It's crazy. Yeah. Friday free for all brought to you by Aura. Get in tune with Aura. Make sure that you are protected with Aura today. Check the link in the description below. Brought to you by somebody. J. Cole responds, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a drill. Yeah. This is not a drill. J. Cole has responded to Kendrick Lamar. He is coming out hot. He dropped. I mean, listen, if those are the Lucy's, what's the album going to be like?
The album is going to be crazy.
If those are the Lucy's, what is the album gonna be like?
Bro, it's crazy. The fact that he sat there and gave you basically 13 tracks, and this is the crazy part. He might delete it later.
Yeah,
he literally might delete it later, bro. And even in the diss, it was like, I mean, I know it wasn't the greatest, but there was still some great bars in there.
It was a better song than it was a diss.
It was legit. It was a warning shot.
Yeah,
it was a warning shot, like he said, and I like that they're going back and forth. But like I said, I love it because it's healthy for the rap game. So, hey, shout out to him.
Thought it was solid. I thought it was a solid track. Joe, you heard it. What were your thoughts on it?
What was that one track that you played? That was a really good joint. Which I forget. Well, I forget which one you had played.
But the first one was the diss track.
No, that was cold. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. Who does round one go to?
I don't even know if that was I mean, Kendrick's diss was better.
Okay.
Kendrick's diss was better. J. Cole made a better song.
Yeah, I will say the fact that you. Nah, because the fact that you like come out with a diss and then like he makes an album and
but the album probably had nothing to do with, or it was a flex to say I can drop an album anytime I want to, and you haven't dropped the album in 36 months.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like maybe that was the flex there. I don't know what it. I don't know what it ended up being. What else we got on the Friday free for all here, boys?
So I got
got one. Oh, Joe's got a Friday free for all. Ladies and gentlemen,
I got one. So I had to put I think we found Black Panther, y'all.
What's going on here?
What's the name? Oh, what did anybody see that one dude that took out like seven white dudes? I mean, he put
yeah! I did see this guy.
Jesus.
Bro, did y'all see this guy, bro?
I was so impressed.
Now, what was the situation on this, though? Did we ever figure out what the situation was around this?
I couldn't find anything about what happened when it went down, but my goodness, there's another shot. I mean, where's he at? Boom. I mean, he's wrecking shop on those dudes.
Bro, legitimately a 7-on-1 fight. They start jumping this guy. Nobody had hands, bro. He's knocking people out left and right. You're left and white. Left and right. You're watching people fall. I mean, it got crazy, though. It was impressive, though.
So this was Cam without the hat.
I was shocked.
Cam without the hat, yeah, a little bit. Like that was a good Friday free for all, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Look how he connected. It was like,
bro, when I saw it, and here's the thing. This is what I respected about it. This video should be on Twitter, guys. If you haven't seen it, we played a video, but last time we did that, we got canceled. That was the only strike the channel's ever had, like in its life. So we just avoid that all the time. But no, when he like swung, when he realized he was about to get jumped. See, this is the first punch here.
I mean, connect.
And Buddy was like not ready for the punch. So that's the first punch. And it's clean. And as he lays that guy out, no, here's the thing about this. They were trying a scare tactic and they were not prepared for what was ready to come.
Right.
Look at this guy here.
My fault. Hold on.
Go back to the other picture. Go back to the other picture. Look at this guy here. Hands on the waist. He's not prepared to fight. His hands at his side. He's not prepared to fight in the slightest. This dude in the right here is like picking his nose. I don't know what he's doing.
His fingers.
I don't know what he's got going on. This dude in the back has no idea a punch was just thrown. He's looking over here at some female that's walking by. And this dude's like, hey, there's too many people standing around me. Foul. Knocks this guy out and then proceeds to knock out just about everybody in the group.
I mean, that was like some Bernie Mac in the walking down the train. Remember, he was just like, wham.
When he was slapping people
slapping
in
everybody.
Oh, what movie was that? Head of State. And Head of State. What a great movie.
Yeah.
What a great movie, dog. That is hilarious. Let's keep this thing moving along, man. Bronny James declaring for the draft, Ringo. Friday free for all.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. I mean, he's still got his college eligibility, but I mean, he's basically going to work out and see what teams think about where he may fall. Now, me personally, I've talked about this like multiple times. I do think that he needs to come back because with his situation, it was kind of a unique one. Especially to me because he got off to a slow start with the heart issue, and then you're behind Isaiah Collier, he's gonna get drafted. So I feel like he just needs to go somewhere that the coach has full trust in him to start, and hopefully he gets a full training camp in, and then we can fully assess where he'll be able to go. But this move makes sense.
Hey, I'm with V-Dog, man. I really hope that this isn't some straight up pain. I would really like to see Mike Tyson just punch.
Nah, he about to lay him out.
I really hope he does. I really do. Please.
I don't know if it's real, dog.
I think
I know. I would love that. I would just love that.
I would love for it to be real, but I don't think it's real.
Yeah, I would.
Nah, because I think if it would, you know what though, you got a point. Because if it was real, I think Mike would.
I think the Pauls are great showmen.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think the Pauls are great showmen. I really do.
Absolutely.
I think they're gonna show out. I think they're gonna put on a show. It's gonna be Logan versus Mike, and I think Mike is probably gonna end up losing in the end.
No, they're not gonna.
I think
lose.
it's a real.
It's an exhibition.
I can't.
It's gonna end in a tie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna really end up being like.
Well, here's the thing: the one person that we saw him fight that was a real boxer, didn't he fight Floyd?
Oh, you talking about Jake?
Which one is fighting?
He fought.
Which one is fighting Mike?
Jake. That's Jake.
So he fought Floyd as well.
No, he fought. No, Logan fought Floyd. Jake fought.
The Floyd one looked
Fury.
real.
No, Floyd.
No,
he popped that dude.
Floyd pumped him up.
Yeah. Floyd popped him and was legit like, no.
Don't drop now. We didn't agree to that.
No, but no, Jake fought Fury, Tyson Fury's little brother, and he lost. But it was barely. It was barely.
He fought his little brother and he lost.
Yeah,
I didn't know he lost.
Fury has a little brother.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if it was real, I think Mike would take it a little bit more serious.
I don't know. I'm watching these training videos. Mike is putting out.
He still got it. That's
Mike
why
look like he's taking it serious.
That's why I'm like.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I think that there is a real possibility that could happen. I think Mike may be taking this, or it starts off as a, hey, we just gonna have fun. We're gonna do our little jab thing. But that's an animal that you don't want to wake up. What happens if he just wakes up mid-fight and he's just like, hey, listen, I'm back in the ring? Because I remember when he was
Jones.
But when he did it with Roy Jones, he almost popped Roy Jones in his face. He just like woke up enough to hold back the punch. Roy would have died.
I would love that. It's just like I told you with the Damon Wayans movie, The Great White Hype, and he was like, "You try to embarrass me on national TV." he mopped the floor with that dude in 5 minutes.
Hey,
I think
on the Bronny James topic though, stay in school. Do not come to the NBA.
It doesn't matter.
Do not
come to the NBA.
He's a rich kid. He can do it.
What does that have to do with his NBA?
It doesn't matter. It's just an accolade for him to make him like he's not. It doesn't matter. He can do whatever he wants.
It probably matters to him to make the NBA and be an NBA player.
Right, but it's like
that's like saying it didn't matter for Stephen Curry to make the NBA.
No, that's not the same.
Why is that not the same?
Dale
pressure, Curry was rich.
The pressure of what LeBron has. I mean, we're talking, he's in these GOAT talks. And now you got your son that may be what is he projected to be? A top No, a bottom 32nd pick, or
he's not projected to be anything.
Exactly.
He would get picked as a guy who is LeBron James' son.
Exactly.
That's why I said stay in school. That was the point.
But yeah,
it doesn't matter.
I think
it does matter if you improve your talent and actually can get to, NBA level. Yeah, but right now he's nowhere near NBA level. Like, listen, you can come in and be a solid NBA player.
He just had a
right,
slow
but that's
start.
a disappointing. It's disappointing when you're not able to outlive like your dad.
I don't think so.
No, but it's like Jared Payton.
It's
like Jared Payton trying to be a running back with Walter Payton.
Yeah,
that doesn't even work.
But like, I don't think it's disappointing if you have your version of success, if you have your level of success, because people at this point aren't expecting you to be a dad.
There's a benchmark.
Like Gary Payton II. I don't sit there and go, "Oh, you're not your dad." I sit there and go, "That kid's a heck of a freaking defender."
It doesn't. No, that's not how it works, dog.
He's a integral piece on a championship team.
The whole point is that there is a bar that your parents may set, and a lot of times, as the kid, you want to outlive that bar or exceed those type of expectations. It's very hard when someone makes the bar that high. Anything under that is a failure. Like for me personally, right? My dad would make X amount of money, and I remember at one point in time, like, I don't know if I can ever make that type of money.
Yeah.
And can I do that based off where I am in my trajectory? Now the difference is when you come from means, like LeBron has the means to give his kid anything. There's really you should be able to exceed a lot of things because you've been given more opportunities than others. Did you see that clip of Caitlin Clark from Iowa, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the clip of her, like she's in her own private gym, in her private bath?
Oh, well,
like
yeah.
hooping.
She got all the NIL money now.
But she got NIL money, but she also grew up where it's like you come from money. You're expected to do these type of things. Stephen Curry should exceed his father because he had the means to put him in the coaching, the training, all that type of stuff, and then take it and go somewhere. When you come like Patrick Ewing's son, does anybody remember he even hit the league?
Yeah, but I think that's the thing. You come from an era where all of them mugs suck.
I'm talking about Patrick. No, Patrick. You come from Patrick Ewing?
This is true.
His son.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. You come from an era where all of them sucked. We're in an era where we're seeing guys' kids exceed their fathers. We're in an era where we're seeing guys' kids be in the league for a long time and not exceed their fathers.
They should.
And I think
I don't think my expectation. Like here's the thing with Bronny. There's no way Bronny can exceed LeBron because he's 6'4".
Right.
And I think
LeBron James is 6'8", 240.
So he needs to go to football.
He's going to be different.
He needs to go to football.
No,
he definitely don't need to
He needs to go to baseball, football, anything else.
I think
guy's a baseball.
Hey, no,
guy.
you know what's funny? Bears junkie hit it right on the head. Starving is always a good motivator. A lot of guys are coming from nothing, and they got that drive.
I think that's null and void in the NBA that we watch now. Because we've seen the Suns come in and dominate. Like, you can't tell me that Stephen Curry doesn't have drive because he grew up rich. He's the greatest shooter in NBA history.
No, he's exceeded what he's supposed to do.
Klay Thompson has exceeded his father.
But the other brother didn't. He's a good player.
Steph Curry is his dad.
Player.
Steph Curry is his dad.
My point is that at least personally for me,
a better 3-point shooter.
As a son,
he's
I
actually
would want
better
to,
than his dad, honestly.
But my point is, as a son, I'm going to want to try to exceed my dad's expectations. Right?
I get that.
But he didn't put expectations on
me.
But my point is that there's a level where I'm like, how do I either be at my dad's level or exceed that? Because in my mind, that is a form of success.
Yeah, but
you don't want to be a guy that can't even measure up to somebody.
But you're talking about more in the business sense. Like, that doesn't work in a sport where height matters.
Yeah, and then
if my dad is 6'8", 260 and runs a 4.4 40, guess what?
It's disappointing.
He's gonna be a lot better. Like I'm 6'4". What is he, 2'11"? Like, I don't even know if he's 2. You know what I mean? Like, it's very different.
6'4", 12'5" or something like that.
Well, I mean, that's like Mike's kids. They're all in size.
But I mean, I think the thing about that is,
I think they never wanted to play basketball either. You can tell that watching Mike's kids. It was like, we got to play. We're Michael Jordan's sons.
Because it got to a point where that level's too high. I can't even attain it if I wanted to. But just because you're 6'4" does not mean that you can't be great and create your own lane. And my only issue is that once you start, you have the tools and the means because you come from means, and a lot of times it's hard to exceed that. Go ahead, Ringo.
Okay, so let's just do what you said, right? You said could you just say create your own lane? I think at the end of the day, he knows like his dad is an anomaly.
Right.
Yeah,
but that's in your mind.
He knows that his dad's he knows that his dad is an anomaly. Now, if he comes in and like me and Pat are saying, if he goes to school and carves himself out a good
His own
year,
lane, yeah.
a good year, then yeah, he'll be able to take off. Because do I think that he has some skills? Yeah, he just got dealt a bad hand this year. Like he started off super slow. So I mean, I think he knows what he's doing. I don't think he's just gonna gauge interest from other guys and see where he's probably gonna land. But I think he'll probably go back to school.
Hey man,
but
I hope that he does. I hope he goes back to school. I hope that he doesn't come into the NBA because of the whole I want to play with my dad before things finish.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't come in with all that pressure, man. Like just figure it out. Come into the league when you're ready. Don't make the Austin Rivers mistake.
Bro,
I always say
please do not hurt.
Austin Rivers would have been a better basketball player if he waited in college.
Yeah.
All his boys were coming out.
Yep.
Like I don't think he ever refined his game, and then when he got to the league, he was boxed in because his game was what.
And Marcus T came out with Austin Rivers.
Terrible. Horrible.
Nah, I was gonna say too, for my free for all, like cause the women's Final Fours tonight, Paige Buchers and Caitlin Clark got the 9:00 game. I said it once, I'll say it again. I understand what Caitlin Clark is doing, but I'm just letting y'all know right now. I have a certain suspicion that if Paige Buchers did not get hurt 2 years in a row, I feel like we'll be having a very, very different conversation.
Paige Buchers is ridiculous.
Like,
I don't know if we're having a different conversation. I will say this: we wouldn't be having a different conversation because Paige Buchers has no rivalry with Angel Reese. That's the reason for the conversation.
Okay, that's true.
The reason for the conversation is there's a women's version of.
Say Juju? What? Oh,
calm down.
No. You relax.
Relax.
You relax.
3 years older than your dog.
Right.
The reason that the conversation is here for Paige and Juju, or you bastard. The reason that the conversation is here for Caitlin and for Caitlin Clark is.
He was like, hey, Joe, he was like, hey, Caitlin and Caitlin.
The reason the conversation is here for Caitlin Clark is because of the rivalry with Angel Reese, which is the same thing. Like, let's be real. Angel Reese is going to probably get drafted 8th, 9th, or 10th in the WNBA draft. That means that people believe that there are 7 girls better than her. Outside of Caitlin Clark and Paige, who are the other 6?
Oh.
Now, I know because I watch the WNBA. I enjoy women's college sports and stuff like that. So, right, Rakia Jackson is probably going to go to the sky, think that she matters, right? There's some names in there that you feel really good about. But for the most part, we haven't talked about the other 6. We haven't talked about Rakia Jackson.
Yeah, because the whole.
We've talked about Caitlin and we talked about Angel. Caitlin and Angel are the WNBA's, if they play this right, Magic and Bird.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is how you spark.
I'm interested to definitely see what happens tonight because I'm definitely gonna be tuned in.
Oh yeah.
But also,
I'll be up late
tomorrow. WrestleMania weekend.
Uh-oh.
The Rock is in the ring. I really hope they don't make them go 20 minutes. Like just because they're saying that The Rock is in shape to go.
The Rock can do 20 minutes.
You think
The Rock can easily do 20 minutes?
I just see my issue with
Stone Cold lives how Stone Cold the character lived.
Oh, okay.
So seeing Stone Cold last year is tainted something.
That I don't think it. Well,
thanks, Swat.
Yeah, I don't know. It's WrestleMania weekend. I'm excited to see what The Rock is gonna do. I'm excited for this storyline to finish up.
I'm excited about the women in that too. Calm down,
man.
Hey. If I stood up right now, this whole show would be canceled.
Please don't get up.
But yeah, bro, this weekend is definitely gonna be dope.
Oh, and,
go ahead.
And also, what we got the Final Fours this weekend, right?
Yep.
Saturday.
Hey, Joe, welcome to the conversation.
Yeah.
You just said WrestleMania. Did y'all say?
We was talking about Final Four before that.
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
I thought we Juju. I got Juju.
There you go.
Hey,
She didn't make it.
Yeah.
She didn't make it. Men's Final Four is also this weekend. Hey, is women's Final Four more entertaining than men's Final Four right now?
Yes, because we know it's gonna happen in the men's Final Four, I believe. Like it's
Yeah,
bro,
I ain't gonna lie. It's about to be North Carolina State versus UConn.
NC State versus UConn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm
then
going
you,
Purdue,
said-
baby.
Joe said, please don't get up. Pause. Well, you going Purdue. Joe cracked me up. He like, I'm number one in my bracket pool. I'm like, you guessed 90% of that mug.
No, I picked Purdue the whole time.
Yeah.
Black seems like a
and I
nice
feel
color.
Yeah, you guessed all the rest of them.
But I went
though.
Purdue.
That must said
went
Purdue to
Purdue.
win it.
I did.
Hawks beat dogs, so I'm gonna go
What
Hawks over the dogs.
What a
I just bought some hot dogs the other day.
Joe, you don't want to bring up hot dogs.
Yeah, hey, relax.
Hey, we're not gonna bring that
Relax.
to the podcast.
It's I
It's a great conversation for the podcast,
I
though.
guarantee you. They eat that meal more than they eat freaking a slice of cheese in a super donut.
I
Oh,
mean,
you want
almost
to do that?
50% of my
That's what you
picks.
want to do?
Like,
That's what you want to do there?
I'm telling you, bro. Bro.
we gonna leave that to the personal chat. We're not gonna bring that to the breeze yet. Oh, but Monday it might get started. Don't play with me, dog.
Okay.
Don't play with
Okay.
me. We got stuff to do. We might bring that up Monday. Ringo's got a meal combination that. Listen, I've been poor, but this screams.
Hey,
and I don't
like,
even know if Ringo's been poor. I just think that like Ringo got a good meal plan going over there. Dad brings home fish like every day because he's fishing all the time.
he
Like,
actually going fishing tomorrow.
of course
That's
he is.
crazy.
You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We're back over here on YouTube.
Yes,
So
sir.
stay tuned in with us, man, for the man formerly known as Ringo, J. Stefan Adon, and the super producer, Joel Holt. I am Pat the Designer. Back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down, C-Red, one love, and I'm going to fry this man up on Monday.